The state of São Paulo is one of many regions in the world where only essential businesses can operate during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's the case of this bakery and snack bar, which is the only shop still open in this usually busy central street. But also sales have dropped dramatically as people stay at home and food services were limited to takeout and delivery. The owner says he had to fire 7 of his 11 employees to keep the store afloat.
Economicamente, seria até inviável eu estar com a
From a business point of view, it's not really viable for me to keep the shop open. I only open the doors because I have customers that have been coming here for many years, and we feel we have to keep serving them.
A gente tem que continuar dando esse atendimento.
Expectations are deteriorating. 4 weeks ago, a central bank survey of average market expectations forecast GDP growth of almost 1.5% this year. In last week's report, the forecast was a contraction of almost 2%, which was increased to nearly 3% in this week's bulletin. And some say this may be too optimistic.
I'm afraid that if the pandemic gets stronger here in Brazil, we can have a huge drop in the GDP. We can go up to 10%. So there will be a lot of long-term damage. So we are gonna recover after the crisis. We're gonna recover fast, but I'm afraid that we'll be not able to get where we was before.
There is little doubt that social distancing measures to fight COVID-19 will hurt economies around the world, but the people likely to feel the sting the most will be found in large numbers in countries where income inequality is already extreme, like Brazil and other countries of Latin America and the Caribbean. The UN's Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, CEPAL, estimates a drop of 5.3% in the region's GDP this year, and 30 million people crossing the poverty line downwards.
Here
at CEPAL, we have calculated that governments will need to spend 2.2% of the GDP to give all people enough income to lift them off extreme poverty. And if that income was planned to lift people out of poverty, that will cost about 4.7% of the GDP. So it doesn't seem so hard to think about the idea of a universal minimum income for all citizens.
A severe economic slowdown seems impossible to avoid now. Getting people, especially the poor, to live through the pandemic is a big challenge to many governments. Paulo Cabral, CGTN, São Paulo.